What's up everyone? Welcome to this Chang'e mid gameplay video. Today I want to talk about something that honestly I was not expecting in Season 4 at all. And that is the fact that Chang'e is pretty meta right now in the mid lane. If you haven't heard about this, it is true, Chang'e is pretty good now, and it has to do with a few things, but the main thing being Shield of Regrowth. So this item was changed, and of course the passive gives you that movement speed, but it is an item that really is very strong on Chang'e right now. It gives her that sustainability that she needs and makes her a very sneaky, mobile, fast character, which really just helps her kind of survive that early to mid game so that she can be a really strong late game healer. The passive on that is very, very good and something that a lot of characters are picking up, and because that item is better, now, again, the stats have been changed. There's health on it, HP5, MP5, and the passive, again, gives you that movement speed. That's something that Chang'e really, really wants to pick up in her builds as a character that can just spam heals. So, yeah, that's really why she's doing better. Now, the meta, if you haven't realized or noticed, or heard, the meta is very much focused on early clear right now. Since you go straight to lane, if you have any sort of advantage in that early game to get pressure, you're going to just set yourself up to do better. It doesn't mean that you're always going to snowball if you have good clear. You really have to, play it well, know what you're doing, maybe, invade camps if you can. But generally, if you have good clear and you know what you're doing, you have a really good advantage. And Chang'e unfortunately has really bad clear. The way that she makes up for that is because she has those low cooldowns, and that brings me to the second reason why I think Chang'e is very good in this meta, and that is the starter item Sands of Time. Now this is an item that gives you 10% cooldown. It's the first time they've ever had a starter item like this. This is an item that Janus also loves a lot since he's a utility mage. He likes to have low cooldowns, be able to spam abilities. Chang'e is very, very similar. She already has low cooldown, so if you add more cooldown to that, that means she can just spam, spam, spam. And then with that early cooldown as well, if you have Shield of Regrowth, that means you're getting movement speed about every 10 seconds. So you can, again, run away from fights, use your 2 to avoid CC and damage. Just keep on kind of being, again, the sneaky mid type of role, and it works very well in this meta. And since team fighting is a little bit more intense now, people are kind of doing their own thing. Again, the jungler is supposed to be just roaming the jungle, ganking a little bit more often instead of stealing farm from lanes. That doesn't always happen, but because team fights are a little bit more prevalent in the early game, and there's a lot more of them, that means that Chang'e can use her heal more effectively. And again, with the Shield of Regrowth item, she can survive those team fights without having to worry too much. So I like Sands of Time on her a lot. I think it works very well. You get that 10% cooldown right away. I also like to go into Doom Orb and CDR boots. The reason I get CDR boots is because then you get 20% with that and Sands of Time by around the 5-minute mark, depending on when you back. And I go into Doom Orb, third item. You can see I have it in the second slot there. That's because I start the game with Sands of Time and then the tier 1 of Doom Orb. Then I complete my boots, and then I finish Doom Orb after that. The reason I do that is because if you go CDR boots instead of pen boots, you are losing that penetration. So to make up for it, I like to go Doom Orb, get some high damage right away. I like Doom Orb a lot right now. I use it on a lot of mids, and I've seen other pro players, they've been using Doom Orb as well. So it's, again, because the early game is really, really important right now, the clear is important, getting Doom Orb stacks just makes a lot of sense. You can go Book of Thoth too if you want. It really depends on what you think you need if you really want to focus on that mana. But for me, Chang'e, again, just spamming those abilities with the cooldowns, getting that damage with the Doom Orb, and then, again, fourth item, Shield of Regrowth. This build works pretty well. Again, you're going to be sneaky, you have good control with the ultimate, good escape with the 2 as well, and healing is very in right now. You notice that Sylvanas is very much in the meta. Hel is a little bit better than she used to be. Aphrodite is a little bit better. Of the healing focus mages, which is Chang'e, Hel, and Aphrodite, I do think Chang'e is the best, mainly because her clear is better. She has better escape and she has good control. Aphrodite does have a stun. She does have a knockback as well. Hell really does not have much CC at all. So Chang'e just has a better chance of surviving the early game because you probably will get focused as Chang'e, but you can escape it. So that makes her a little bit safer, and that's why I like her in the mid lane. Another thing to mention is that, you know, Curse got nerfed. There are other healing items like Witchblade, which you have to look out for. But in general, healing is still very strong. I think healing overall got a buff in Season 4, and Chang'e, you know, definitely profits from that with the new item, Shield of Regrowth. I like her a lot. So if you're playing ranked and you're looking, maybe you're thinking, should I try Chang'e? Should I not try Chang'e? I would say go right ahead and do it. Aphrodite Hell, maybe think about it first before you jump into that. But Chang'e, very solid right now. As long as you play smart, get that cooldown early, and again, get Shield of Regrowth, you should be pretty good. So those are my thoughts on Chang'e, where she is in the meta right now. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks so much for watching.